Hi guys, John, Common Sense Outdoors. I'm going to talk to you about one tool option, knife wise. It's 104 here today, so staying hydrated. When you start talking about a one tool option, do you want a big knife or a small knife? What it really boils down to is batoning capability. Pretty much everybody agrees that Mora makes good knives. They're inexpensive, they're razor sharp, they're great for bushcraft or survival. The only thing you run into is people saying this isn't good enough for a one tool option because it doesn't baton. Well, this will baton small materials. In one of my other videos I did the 4-point spear. I batoned it with the Mora. You know, it will baton small branches for something like that. Maybe I'm lucky in where I live, because if I was in a survival situation in the woods here, I can gather wood off the forest floor, deadfalls, dead branches, without having to worry too much about harvesting wood. And another thing is if you're weighing your batoning options, you have to have a big enough knife that can chop wood. Otherwise you're adding to your one tool option with a saw option, because I'm not going to baton a piece of firewood until I can get it to a length that's batonable. So unless that knife's big enough to chop and then baton, I'm talking about a multiple tool option anyway. So if I'm only going to have a one tool option, big knife, small knife, even if I go with a big knife that will chop and then baton, I'm burning way too many calories in a survival scenario to be chopping that much wood and batoning to get a couple pieces of firewood. Now maybe you live somewhere where that's going to be a must. Where I am, it's not. I'd rather gather my wood, gather stuff small enough that I can break it, either by stepping on it, breaking it over my knee, wedging it between two trees, and prying on it until it breaks. The other thing is, if you have a 6-inch piece of wood, 6 inches across, that you want to baton, if I have a fire going, I can put that piece of wood on a fire and it's going to burn. If it's wet on the outside, around the bark, first few layers of wood is wet, and your reason for batoning it is to get into the dry wood, use your smaller materials, get your fire going and keep it burning. Set that wood around the outsides of your fire, let it dry. You're ready to burn it. You don't have to baton that. So as long as we're talking about staying with a one tool option, and a saw, folding saw or something to that effect isn't an option that I can use, I'd rather have the small knife for being able to do the carving, the cutting, the processing of game, than a big knife. And there's nothing wrong with big knives. I love the Ka-Bar, Becker, Cold Steel Kukri, a good machete. Those are all good tools. But for a one tool option, I'm going small, and I like the Mora. There's lots of small knives out there that are great. Mora is inexpensive. That's the way I'm choosing to go. And if you turn it into a full-on kit, it's pretty hard to beat. So there's my 2 cents on it for what it's worth. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't agree. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of both, because people are strong opinion when it comes to knives. But for a one tool option, I'm going with the smaller knife. I'm gathering my wood. I'm not burning all those calories chopping and batoning. I don't need to be able to baton. So there you have it. That's my opinion. Hope you like it. Like, comment, subscribe. More videos coming to you soon.